Good evening from South Philadelphia. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, no question, there's one direction this Sixers team is going. It's taken a lot of trust and no question, a lot of patience.
Ed, I hear what you're saying, and the Sixers are on the up and up. But let's remember who built the foundation. Sam Hinkie deserves a lot more credit. I know this new management has taken them to new heights, but it all started with Mr. Hinkie.
Now, the fans in Philadelphia are reaping the rewards right now. The opening tip won by the Sixers, and we're underway here in Philadelphia. Simmons, down low for Harris. Jason Tatum, snatching it out of the air.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Walker to Jaylen Brown. Jay, for once, Trader Danny was Danny Ainge. Celtics didn't do that much, but Eastern Conference didn't see much change either.
Yeah, they didn't need to do anything if you're the Boston Celtics. You already have all the pieces to the puzzle. There's no doubt about it. The Celtics are now in the driver's seat.
Simmons to Tobias Harris. Tough make through traffic.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Brown into the front court. They trail by 2. To Hayward. Shot from the lane won't go. Richardson to Simmons. To Tobias Harris. Knocks it down off the step back.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guarantee it.
To Cantor. Works it. Here comes the screen. Hayward to Jaylen Brown. Walker. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Here's Simmons with it up top. Leads 3. To Tobias Harris. Fires the 3. It's Cantor with the board. Now a steal by Philly. Embiid, terrific vision.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Joel Embiid, tips it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Nothing going here on that drive. Walker to Hayward. Screen coming.
Screen.
To Hayward. Kicks it outside. From long range. Tough shot there for Jaylen Brown. No good. Simmons with it. Leads 5. To Richardson. Big finish at the rim.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Al Horford swats it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Simmons with it. Looking to make something happen to Richardson. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And Josh Richardson, zero hesitation on that one. Buries the three. Now Brad Stevens calls a timeout. His guys find themselves down double digits already in this first quarter. Is in for two.
You have to understand something. I do not care that you're 1 of 6 from the field. The only statistic that matters is the final score.
Jay, what's the next step for Ben Simmons?
MVP, Ed. To win the MVP. But perception is reality. And I've been hearing this stuff from a lot of people who have been watching Ben Simmons show out this past summer on IG. Ben Simmons needs to get back to the lab, stay in the gym, continue to work on that jump shot, because this is still a team that lost 1-4 to the Celtics without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
Here comes the screen. Hayward. Off the assist.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Philadelphia with the basketball.
I got ball.
The drive right to the basket. Oh, Ben Simmons. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide-open 3.
Simmons into the front court. His team up by 7. To Horford. Harris. Oh, Ben Simmons. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. 9-point margin. Easy path to the rim.
You see, here's why versatility is so imperative for your offensive repertoire. If you're a one-trick pony as a defender, I know exactly how to defend you because you only do one thing. But if you have versatility, then the coach can put you in multiple looks within the offense, and then you can get it any way you want it.
Hayward to Jaylen Brown. Short jumper misses. Nice pass to set things up.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready.
Ready to finish at the rim.
And he's fouled. Couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Kemba Walker at the line for 2 shots, shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Oops, he missed the first one. Missed the second as well. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go down. Walker into the front court. They can get a 2 for 1 if they play this right. To Richardson. Knocks it down from mid-range.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
Walker. Kemba Walker. He's going to get 3 shots here. He's struggled so far. Nope. First one does not go. And he hits the second.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Misses the last one. 1 for 3 trip. Trying to cash in. Extra help forcing the missed shot. Takes a shot at the buzzer. No good. Time's expired. First quarter in the books of this one. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
Remember, fans, if our team reaches 100 points and wins tonight, everyone gets
Celtics have it.
pizza.
Has a chance. The rebound taken down by the Sixers. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
We used to hear that saying all the time, a 2 is a 2, keep it moving. No, a 2 isn't a 2. It can be a dagger sometimes when the defense has mental lapse like that. He deflates the energy of the D by making easy lays.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Okay, that time it was effective, but a really good defender will put that in their memory bank.
Knocked loose. Taken by the Sixers.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Simmons. Out of bounds. Off Ben Simmons. Sixers finally break through. 52 wins last year. But, Jay, where do they factor in a top-heavy Atlantic division?
I still see this team finishing on the outside looking in. What I mean by outside is the 2 or 3 spot. I think this is Boston's division to lose, Boston's conference to lose. But still, the question mark still is around Ben Simmons and his ability to shoot the ball down the stretch.
Give it to him. Kemba Walker. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Ed, here's a next-level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
Into the front court comes Simmons. Up a dozen. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender. Oh, he sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Hayward. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Here's Simmons with it up top. The lead is 11. To Embiid. From the painted area, won't go down. To Walker. Hayward. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal. Horford to Tobias Harris. You've got to get that one to go. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Walker, deep right corner. Embiid to Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris above the rim.
Like my old coach used to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's way too easy. Just keep attacking. It's easy money.
Here comes the screen. Walker to Hayward. Lets it fly from long range, and Gordon Hayward, zero hesitation as he knocks it down for three.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Sixers control it. Whoa! What a finish!
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Walker with the basketball. 14-point deficit. Couple of cracks at the line now.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. Joel Embiid pins it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Give it to him. Kemba Walker, now 4 for 9.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Boston with the basketball. Joel Embiid with the block. That's his third block this evening.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Hayward. Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. 3 for 3 in this first half.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Richardson to Simmons. Around the perimeter. Stuffs it down with authority.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Kemba Walker, couple of free throws on the way. He's shooting 44% in the contest. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Simmons to Tobias Harris. Plenty of contact. The shot no good.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Richardson to Simmons. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas, or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
Simmons with it. The advantage is 13 points. Stuffs it down with authority.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Celtics have it. Screen coming. Walker. Tatum. Smothering D.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Horford to Simmons. Has a look. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Walker to Marcus Smart. Now pass stolen by the Sixers.
Keep your foot on the gas, but don't get too reckless.
So important to take care of the basketball. Easy 2 on the other end after the turnover.
And that transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Stuffs it down with authority. Deep 3 at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The 76ers dominated this matchup from the opening tip. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Celtics have yet to appear after one half of basketball. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Steals.
As you can see in the highlights, this team did a terrible job of adjusting to the flow of the game. They're also lacking effort in their execution.
Player of the half.
Simmons is doing everything he can on defense to get the win. He's blocking shots, he's getting steals, and he's setting the tone for his team. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Into the front court, it's Walker. Down a bundle. To Hayward. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. They need something to go down. It's no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Simmons to Richardson. Nothing going here on that drive. A pass taken away by the Celtics. Walker to Hayward. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Simmons, and a pass stolen by Boston.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Simmons with it. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. Now a steal by Philly.
Maybe pace it right here. They got a big lead at home.
To Horford. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
Simmons to Embiid.
Here we go, we got him.
By yourself, put it up.
Richardson. Yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Hayward to Kemba Walker. Gets to the basket, but it's no good.
And you see so many players quit on the play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Count it. And the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
So many times we get on a defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Joel Embiid trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. Embiid's free throw good. A three-point play. The Sixers extend the lead. Ball's controlled by Boston. Walker to Cantor. Here comes the screen. To Hayward. Oh, emphatic slam.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
To Simmons. Able to convert inside.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Defense, let's go.
Shot from the lane won't go.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
And it's Cantor. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
force a shot, won't go. To Cantor. The pass set it all up.
You know, Ed, so many times we see people flexing on social media in the offseason, but they rarely put in the work, the substance. Not Jaylen Brown. This dude's been putting in the grind every single day in the gym. He's ready.
To Simmons. It's a big finish.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Cantor. Sixers have it. Slams it down. Big finish for Joel Embiid.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on, but the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Harris. A pass taken away by the Celtics. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Ben Simmons at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. 56% for his career. Can't convert the free throw. Won't go.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high up the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Hayward to Marcus Smart. Hayward. He engulfed him that time. Sixers have the basketball. Simmons. To Richardson. Surveys the floor. Richardson.
Make it tough on him. Make it tough on him.
Scores from the post.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
To Hayward. To Marcus Smart. Here's a chance from long range. Marcus Smart forcing that one. Well defended. Richardson to Embiid. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
And Gordon Hayward, zero hesitation as he knocks it down for 3.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Simmons into the front court. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. A shot at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter, and the 76ers have to be feeling good. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. Philadelphia with the basketball. To Embiid. Knocks it down from mid-range.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Walker. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
To Embiid. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Sixers control it. To Embiid. Has a chance. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Walker gets it in the right corner. Beyond the arc for three. They dared him, and he burns them.
Woo! That pass speaks for itself. There's nothing more to say about that one. Wow.
To Embiid. Throws it down. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. And draws the foul. Josh Richardson has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 78% at the line. First one goes down.
Substitutions, Philadelphia. Stepping in for the Celtics. Number 7, Jaylen Brown.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. For 3, snared by Embiid.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
A bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
To Jaylen Brown. 4-3. Can't connect. It's no good. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. And he's fouled. And he earns a trip to the line.
I don't know, Ed. Maybe there's a long-term play here. But next game, we're going to be aggressive early. Maybe.
And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Across the timeline, it's Walker. His guys down big. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
Simmons to Horford. And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Simmons to Embiid. Enes Kanter sends it away. Fourth this contest. Fires the three.
You know why?
And a putback slam.
And I got a chance to hear a lot of the conversation at the bench. And one of the things they called out was owning the backboards. Looks like the message is really getting through.
To Horford. Embiid to Simmons. Nice pass to get things going.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Walker to Kanter. Swings it. From long range. That's rebounded by Embiid. To Tobias Harris. Embiid. And a pass stolen by Boston. And too much contact.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Boston Celtics. Subbing in for Philadelphia, number 0, Josh Richardson.
Horford to Embiid.
Come on. Help.
Can't connect from in close. Knocked loose. Hayward. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Tough shot there for Jaylen Brown. No good. Sixers have the basketball. Simmons to Embiid.
Got him.
Got it.
This is why I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Lets it fly from long range. In the front court comes Simmons. His guys holding the big lead. Second effort. And the rebound comes down to Brown. To Walker. Going to launch beyond the arc. Can't defend it any better. Kemba Walker misses.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To Embiid. Horford. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Another shot won't go either. Here's a steal. Dangerous pass.
Let's just let the clock run out. We got to get out of here. I got a dinner to go to.
And they call it.
A simple touch foul.
First free throw is good. Able to convert on both free throws. Hayward to Jaylen Brown. Fires the 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
To Simmons. And scores on a nifty dance to the basket.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Celtics have it. They'll let one fly from half court. The Sixers are victorious as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers put one in the win column with a solid performance. Sometimes a team can hurt itself by being too aggressive on defense. And sometimes a team can guarantee itself a win by using defensive aggression in a focused way, like we saw here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored. For the Philadelphia 76ers, the Celtics didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Field goals.
The Philadelphia 76ers were allowed a few missteps because of how much better they shot the ball when compared to the opposition. They were rewarded for their accuracy for sure.
Player of the game.
Joel Embiid seemed to think he could only score points with dunks in this game. Again and again, he kept throwing them down, and it was just astonishing.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this, except that he fits the title of this segment? He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.